Hey guys, it's Holly. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought I would do a short video on how I warded off a UTI. And this was about 2.5 weeks ago. I felt like I was getting a UTI, urinary tract infection, bladder infection. People call it different things. For many of us that have had a lot of these, you know what it feels like. And I've had so many of them in my life. I used to get them all the time. Fortunately, I very rarely get them anymore. But I've had so many that I know exactly what it feels like. I know exactly when it's coming. And so I've learned what to do in those circumstances to kind of like basically get it to back off and ward off. So UTIs can be caused by many different things. Sometimes they can just be triggered by stress or hormonal changes. Sometimes somehow bacteria can get in your urethra for whatever reason. There can be so many different reasons that you can get a UTI. And so I went through a period of my life when I actually had to see a urologist. This was many years ago, probably a good 12 years ago that this happened. And back then I didn't know what I know now, but I ended up having to be on long-term antibiotics for this issue. And I can't even remember what the antibiotic was called. It started with an M. I want to say it was macrobid. That's what they called it. And I was on this stuff for literally like at least a year. It might have even been 2. But eventually the cycle did break and I never had any issues after that. And so ultimately what I did for the UTI, and this is what I usually do if I feel one coming on, which again is very rare. It's not very often. But this is what I do. And I'm not going to say that it's going to work every single time. I'm not going to say that this is going to work for everybody because everyone's different, every situation's different. But only a few things you need. So number 1 is cranberry. Cranberry juice, most important thing. Do not get the cran grape or whatever. Get pure cranberry, nothing but cranberry. Don't get it with all the added sugar and stuff like that. Ocean spray is okay. But if you can get like an organic or cranberry juice concentrate, that's even better. You know, try to get it as concentrated as you can. And you want to drink, like start by drinking 3 to 4 glasses per day. And as your symptoms start to improve, kind of scale back each day until, you know, after about a week, you can stop drinking it if you want to. But you want to start with a good 3 to 4 glasses a day. And by glasses, I mean at least 6 ounces, if not 8. Don't overdo it too much, though. Too much cranberry juice can absolutely cause diarrhea. I've been there, done that. I've actually cleansed myself with cranberry juice unintentionally. And I can talk about that on another day, the cranberry juice cleanse. But anyways, so first and foremost, your cranberry juice. Okay, so apart from that, the second thing you need to do is take ibuprofen. Now, this is only if you're the type of person that's okay with taking over-the-counter ibuprofen. A lot of people are not. If you're not okay with taking ibuprofen, then just avoid this step. So what I did is I took the maximum dose. So I took 3 of the over-counter ibuprofen every 6 hours on the first day. So like 4 times or 3 times, whatever, every 6 hours. Okay, so that would be 4 times in a 24-hour period. So, and then the second day I took a little bit less. So on the second day I would take, you know, 3 full doses or 2. But you don't want to take too much, and you need to do your own research and look it up too, you know, to make sure that you're doing what's right for you and your body. And the thing about the ibuprofen is it does help get the inflammation down, because when you have a UTI or you're developing one, you have a lot of inflammation. And so what a lot of people don't understand is that the ibuprofen helps get down the inflammation. So you can also use naproxen. I just prefer ibuprofen and I feel like it works the best, but you can use Aleve too. But it really is helpful. So if you're not comfortable with it and you're completely all natural, that's okay too. Just skip that step. The last thing is vitamin C, extra vitamin C supplementation, because vitamin C helps to acidify and it helps to prevent and counteract that type of infection. Well, all infections in general, but this I found very helpful. I used to have a client that was a doctor and ear, nose, throat specialist, but he was very knowledgeable about all things. And he always said when you get a UTI, it's extremely important to take extra vitamin C supplementation because it helps to acidify and get you better quicker and keep it also from progressing into a kidney infection. And so those are the things that I did for my UTI personally, or the one that I felt coming. I don't know if it was full-blown. I will say I'm not a doctor. This is just my personal experience. And like I say with all my videos as a disclaimer, that I am not by any means trying to diagnose, treat, or prevent any kind of disease. I just like to share my experiences, and that's about it. So that is what I did. And I do want to also say that UTIs can get bad really quick. They can also turn into kidney infections if you're not careful, and especially if you are pregnant. If you're pregnant, they can turn into kidney infections super quick. So it's extremely vital that you be proactive about UTIs. And so if you feel one coming, you know, in my opinion, I think it's totally fine to try to ward it off like I did and like I usually tend to do. But you know, if you have fever, if you have severe pain, if you have blood in your urine, all these things, definitely seek out medical attention immediately because, like I say, it can get serious and you definitely don't want that. I've never had a kidney infection, but I know that they are extremely painful and you don't want one. You can get very sick. Some people are like, you know, hospitalized with it. So just be really careful. But again, I hope that this video can help somebody, and you know, if nothing else, just if you feel it coming on, and you know, if you're like me and you've had a lot in your life, then you know when it's coming on, and you can do stuff like that to help get it to go away. But if your symptoms don't improve, if they're not getting better, it's persisting and or getting worse, definitely see a doctor. So I love you guys, and I'll see you next video. Bye.